Welcome back, Odooers. My name is Jose Ignacio. Today, we're going to create an appraisal and go through the flow to see what appraisals are like for both our employees and their managers. So, follow along as we walk through one of the most important tools for employee growth and development, the annual appraisal. Let's get to it. So, here I am on the main appraisals dashboard. I have to share some excellent employee news. Joe Kim's been such an amazing junior carpenter that we're promoting him to a senior position. But before we move him to his new role, we want to complete his appraisal for his current position. Since he hasn't been due for his regularly scheduled appraisal, I'm going to click New to create a new one. So I'm going to start by selecting Joe Kim right here for our employee to review field. Great. So once I do that, his manager populates the appraiser field right there, and his job over here appears, as well as the department fields. And they're all auto populated according to his employee record. Now, let's talk about the appraisal date. This is pre populated for 1 month from today. It's because Odoo gives everyone 30 days to complete their appraisal forms. Since I want to have this done by the end of the week, I'm going to actually change this to, we're going to pick this Friday. Perfect. So I am ready to go with all of this. So we're going to actually click confirm up at the top. And the appraisal is ready to be worked on. And this appraisal smart button over here, it's already been updated to reflect the new appraisal. When I click the appraisal smart button over here, I am taken to a list view of all of Joe's appraisals, both past and future. This helps me check his progress over time. Okay, so I'm actually going to go back to his appraisal via the breadcrumb menu right now. So we're going to select Joe Kim once again. I'm going to wait for him to fill out his portion of the appraisal, and then I can do mine. For now, I'm going to click on this skills tab below, and something has actually changed on this form. I have this now nice little target job field over there. I know Joe eventually wants to be a master carpenter, and since I know that, I'm actually going to click into here and just select it for him. So we're going to type in master. There we go. All right. And did you see that? Wow. All these skills have suddenly appeared below. And because he wants to eventually be a master carpenter, these are the skills he will need to achieve that. These skills are pulled from the master carpenter job description in the recruitment app. Needless to say, you need the recruitment app for this feature to work. Don't forget that. Seriously, don't forget that. So when appraising someone, I like to hear from their coworkers to better understand who they are and how they interact with the team. The Appraisals app lets me do just that. So I'm actually going to click on this nice little ask feedback button up at the top. So now this has pulled us up into our 360 feedback survey. So this survey happens to be pre-configured, so you don't have to make one from scratch. Now keep in mind, you need both the Appraisals app and the Surveys app to request feedback. Okay, let's quickly see what questions we're asking. So we're actually going to click on our nice little internal link right there. Okay, actually, honestly, it looks short and sweet. I kind of like that. Oh, and do you kind of see how, in our case, this appraisals radio button happens to be selected up here? This questionnaire was created in the Surveys app and is restricted to only be used in the Appraisals app. Just thought you'd like to know that. We're going to click the X on the top just to close that out. Okay, next, I need to select employees that I want feedback from inside of our recipients field. In this case, I want her fellow assembler. So I'm going to select George Davis. Boom, first one. Then we also want Zach. Nice little ghost right there for that as well. And then finally, Janet Smith. So I can also change our nice little default answer deadline date up here if I want. And I'm going to give them till the end of the week to also finish this. So we're going to once again select Friday. Okay, so I am not going to add an optional message below or comment since everyone here knows what these are and how to complete them. But I could add more information or instructions, and if I wanted to, I can also use Odoo AI. Makes it even easier. So I'm actually just going to hit send, and off it goes. Now, in the meantime, I was notified that Samantha Adams finished her portion of her appraisal, so it's time for me to go in and do mine. So I'm going to actually open up her appraisal over here, and now I can review her answers down below in the employees feedback section. And wow, It looks like she has a lot of good feedback for me about her growth with custom carpentry projects. Before I enter my comments, I want to check out the feedback I requested from one of Samantha's coworkers, Terry. So I'm going to click on this feedback smart button up at the top. And I can see that Terry has completed the feedback that I requested. Let's take a look at Terry's responses by clicking on our See Answers button at the end of the line. So here are his answers, and good, still good, and great. This is awesome feedback. Glad to hear that she's doing amazing work and is a great coworker. All right, now it's time for me to enter my feedback. So we're going to select the Samantha Adams breadcrumb up at the top. And this time around, we're going to paste in our feedback. Great. All right, so it's a good thing I have it cut and ready to paste because you don't want to watch me type out compliments for, in this case, this was more than 20 minutes right there. All right, now I'm going to click on this nice little toggle up at the top that says shared to employee, which makes it visible to Samantha. And now Samantha can read all the nice things I said about her. And notice that we have a goal smart button up at the top. Let's click that. This is where I can track her goals, which are different than her skills. I see she has one goal. Let's take a closer look. So we're going to click on it. Okay, it looks like we want her to make a custom piece with John actually in the custom furniture team. And we can see that in our nice little description below. This is to help see if she wants to pursue this in the future. Okay, so she's actually halfway done. So I'm going to click 50% right there, manually save up at the top. I could always add more goals by clicking on, if we go back over here, the new button that we have, or opening the library in this case, right there. Okay, so moving along, let's go back to her appraisal via the breadcrumbs, which is still Wonder Bread today. And we're going to hop into the skills tab. I'm going to scroll down just so you can see a little bit more. There we go. All right. So here I can see all her current skills and levels. Just a reminder, these skills are also listed on Samantha's employee record. Since all Odoo apps communicate with each other, when I modify or add skills here, it'll be reflected in the employee's app too. Samantha took a wood staining and finishing class. So I'm going to update her staining and finishing skill over here. We're going to click on this nice little skill level area where it says intermediate, and we're going to change it. It's now going to be expert. Mm. In our nice little justification field over here, I'm going to type in took a course, click away. Boom. There we go. All right, now let's jump into our private note tab. I can leave a note here that is visible only to other managers. Samantha cannot see what I write in this field, and that's pretty good. I think she has managerial potential. So I'm going to write, I can see Samantha being a manager one day. Smiley face, just to make it extra nice inside of this tab. Okay, now that all feedback has been recorded and I met with Samantha to discuss her progress, skills, and goals, you didn't see our meeting. It happened though. I want you to know that. And it's time for me to submit my final rating. So you can see that over here in this field. And when I select it, I have a couple. And for me, she strongly exceed expectations. Okay, now that this is done, I'm going to mark as done. And the appraisal is complete. And that's how you make and complete appraisals. Tune into our other HR tutorials and learn how to manage your team from start to finish. Till next time, keep snacking. Today, I don't have any, so just accept this picture of a cat.